Venga, ahora toca la siguiente parte, el siguiente capítulo. Tuve problemas con el internet, lo cual no afecta la grabación, pero no me deja entrar al juego. Así que sí, para mí es algo muy importante que tenga internet. Me sorprendió que todo el tema de la supuesta grabación de la quinografía, como le llaman, durara básicamente un día, ¿no? Sí, es como de, órale. Bueno, ahora dos misiones y las otras que son la campaña ahora de la investigación, ¿no? Que en la misión pasada se resolvió, de hecho. Es como de, porque aquí ponen que nos faltan dos misiones. La primera era este Xavier queriéndose prostituir con tal de sacar a flote su filmografía. La segunda, básicamente, era haciendo todo el rodaje. Tercera resultó ser el final del rodaje. Y ahora la investigación que se cerró de paso. ¿Para qué sigue? Investigar al asesino. ¿Dónde apuntará la mira de la justicia? ¿Y quién impactará su disparo? Supongo que sí. Lo único que doy por sentado es que espero en algún punto meterme a algún dominio exclusivo del evento. Pero es bueno que nos quedan dos misiones, así.
We haven't seen Chevra since that night at Baptiste's place. Well, guess there's no point in worrying about it now. Let's go join up with the others.
Si ya no queda mucho para terminar.
The water levels aren't rising, are they?
De hecho, queda bien poquito. Entonces ya tenemos al asesino en la mira. Bueno, más bien la venganza en la mira. Ya nomás toca investigar al que venga a
The
ver si
sun
Shivers lo
feels
quiere hacer.
almost as hot as those studio lights I'm in front of all the time. Good thing there can only be one sun.
Me encanta que se está quejando del sol porque ahí calienta tanto como los focos de estudio. ¿Será? ¿Tú crees? ¿En serio? Voy a bajar a la fuente. Uy, casi muero. Es cierto. Venga. A ver si no se traba la misión. Esperaría que no.
Good morning! Hayaka and I were just talking about you.
¿Cómo que estaban chismeando de nosotros? Ay,
Is Chevra still not joining us today?
supongo.
Probably not. We haven't seen her either. Huh? That's such a pity. Director Farina said that we've only got a few small scenes left before wrapping up the entire thing. She even said that she'll get me into a couple scenes, so everyone will have a chance to shine in front of the camera. We were also planning on having a victory feast once we're all finished filming. You can join us, right?
Claro.
If only Chevros was here. I still haven't taken a photo with her. I'm afraid that can't be helped. Those special patrol folks are like phantoms when they've got a case on their hands.
¿Qué te parece, no?
But to be honest, I'm even more concerned by what I read in the Steambird earlier this morning. It said that the killer in the murder case was none other than the author of the Two Musketeers.
¿Quién lo hubiera dicho que el autor era un asesino?
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. He came forward and confessed his crimes, but gave no explanation as to why he pulled the trigger.
¿Por qué lo habrá hecho?
We didn't know about this case at all when we joined the film. Is it going to affect the reception of our work?
La hará más famosa lo mucho.
From a pure publicity standpoint, this will draw a lot more attention to our film. I have to say, though, that no director can be perfectly comfortable with garnering attention through means other than artistic skill.
Ya ha habido casos en la vida real, güey. GTA 3, por ejemplo, una de las cosas que le ayudó a llamar la atención fue el escándalo que hubo en que retiraran las alas al dodo para que no pudiera volar y no pudieran replicar las escenas del 9/11 que coincidió con el lanzamiento. También todo el escándalo con respecto a un personaje eliminado que era Darko, que era una especie de terrorista, ayudó mucho en el momento. La controversia siempre ayuda. Es lo de la publicidad, no es mala publicidad. Y volviendo a GTA también está el tema de que a los primeros GTA, al uno y al 2 les ayudó mucho el destacar que eran juegos violentos, para que la prensa hablara mal de ellos. Siempre ayuda más que perjudica el tema de que ocurre una tragedia en torno a una película cuando se va a estrenar, ayuda un chingo. O a un juego o a cualquier. Pero pues sí, va a destacar más por el escándalo que por el hecho, ¿no?
To be fair, I feel like that ship sailed the moment you allowed yourself to be named as the director on our posters.
De hecho, se me vino otro ejemplo, el de la película de Winnie Pooh de la versión de terror, que básicamente es una película malísima, malísima. Esa madre destacó porque fue la primera película que salió después de que se liberó el copyright de Winnie Pooh. Seguramente la tenían lista en cuanto se liberó el copyright para lanzarla. Iba a tener segunda parte, qué asco.
It's not my fault that I'm super popular. What was that saying again? My popularity has
La fama, la humilde, le dicen a Florina, la
sunk
humilde.
to an all-time low. Spread to the four corners of Tibet.
La humilde le dicen, la humilde, donde florecen las flores. Las rosas, perdón, pendejo. Supuestamente dormí en la tarde para poder hacer stream ahorita, güey. Entonces no leí bien. Bueno, stream no, video. De hecho, este es el tercer video que hago hoy. Milagro por mi parte, pero bueno.
Uh, excuse me, everyone.
¿Qué tocan horas?
Xavier! Feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
I've been talking nonstop with the Film Association, and I'm absolutely swamped trying to coordinate the film's marketing. So forgive me for not being around more often, but please believe me when I say that I will make sure everyone's hard work gets the exposure it deserves.
Te creo, Xavier. Yo sé que la película irá bien.
Seems like you've been fighting your own battles.
Ey, eso dice, eso dice.
Yes, that's one way to put it. Oh, and before we begin the final round of filming, please allow me to finally introduce you to the original investor of our film, Mr. Morris.
Y el que nos dejó abajo con la inversión.
A pleasure to meet you all.
¿Y cuánto que es el asesino?
Yes. Glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Morris.
El de la mamá.
We've heard about the issues you've encountered with your financial situation, and genuinely hope that things have taken a turn for the better.
Oh, well, the situation has indeed improved somewhat.
Le interesa unirse porque ya acabó la film.
Don't worry,
la
Mr. Morris.
filmografía.
Accidents and last-minute challenges happen all the time. There's no need to blame yourself over it.
Oye, la palabra film o filmografía. Perdón, tendrá pedos de copyright y por eso le pusieron quinografía. Yo diría que no, ya se me haría ridículo, pero
The
que saben.
good news is that we're almost done filming now, and I would even say that this is the best story I've ever seen.
Yay.
Is that so? I see. That's great news.
Ay, ¿por qué no? ¿Y por qué te preocupa
All
eso?
right, now that we've gotten all the pleasantries out of the way, let's get the show on the road.
Yay.
We'll mostly be filming typical people and scenery from the streets today to improve the sense of environmental ambiance in some parts of the film.
Oh,
Oh, and there'll be a cameo for Mr. Kamisato and Miss Yoimiya as well. They'll be used to show outsider perspectives on the fates of the two musketeers.
That's right. Ayato should be here any minute.
Excellent! Then let's start with the scenery shots. Camera and clapper loader, you're up.
Yep, we'll be ready.
Remember, all we need are some wide zoom shots of the streets. If you happen to find some particularly lovely patches of flowers and grass, feel free to grab some close-ups of those as well.
que va a ser un minijuego. Mira, mira un árbol, un árbol. Mira, un árbol. Está padre eso de. Mira, mira una flor, una flor. Y una flor.
Ready? Lights!
A
Camera!
ver, es un minijuego, es un minijuego.
Okay,
Clac.
now move the camera slowly.
Ajá.
Try to focus on that flower. What's wrong? Just adjust the focal length a bit. Something
Hablando
the
de la
matter?
flor. La lente no reacciona.
Huh? But wasn't it working fine for all the days before? Veronique, can we try a different camera?
No problem. How about this one?
All right,
Los
let's
han
give it
sabotado.
another try. Lights! Camera! Action!
Sonidos de maquinaria estropeada. Ah,
Don't tell
caray.
me. This one is broken too. Veronique, do we have any other spare ones we can use?
I'm afraid we only brought these two today.
Oh no, nos han
What?
saboteado.
Then go find a workshop to get them repaired right away. Oh, and you too, Bono. Go find our spare camera in the warehouse and bring it back to the set.
On it.
Dale, dale. Venga, venga,
Greetings,
venga.
everyone. My apologies for the delay. Is something the matter, Ayaka?
It seems like there are some issues with the filming equipment today. We're stuck for the moment.
Nos
I
sabotearon.
see.
Well, let's not just stand here twiddling our thumbs. Actors, to the makeup booth. We'll start on the next scene as soon as we get a working camera.
Venga, venga, venga.
The people at the workshop told me that the part which holds the lens in place seemed to have fallen off. That's super strange. It was perfectly fine just yesterday.
Well, no time to dwell on that now. Let's get back to filming. Ahem! Quiet on set! Places, everyone! Lights! Camera! Action!
Será el perro que falló
Have you
otra
heard
vez.
about that recent murder case?
Yes, I have. It seems that they've caused quite the commotion in the city.
I heard that the chief of the guards is so mad about not catching the culprit that he's about to explode.
Oh no.
I find that quite hard to imagine, considering how he already
La
looks
mariposa,
most
enfoca la
days.
mariposa, ignora ya tu enfoque. Me encanta la mariposa. Sí.
Director, we have a problem.
Oh no,
We're
¿qué
in the
pasó?
middle of a take! Couldn't you wait until we wrapped up this scene?
No, Director, our film, all the finalized film that we've been keeping in the case has disappeared.
Nos están saboteando.
What did you say? Mr. Bono, please take me
Oh
to where the film was
no,
kept
nos
right away.
están saboteando.
I'm coming too. No, Yoimiya, you have to stay here. Oh. Okay, listen up. Everyone who's not working on this current scene can go with Bono to look for the film. Everyone else, stay put and wrap. Unbelievable. How could all these problems happen in just one day?
Furina, güey. Se va a sabotear.
We're back.
How did it go?
We found it in the sewers.
Huh? In the sewers?
We discovered it just in time, so we should still be able to salvage it. The others are checking now to see if we lost.
You scared me for a moment there. I nearly thought I really don't want to experience that feeling of despair again.
Pues, ¿quién nos está saboteando?
Okay, but who could have stolen the film and dumped it there?
¿A quién vamos a madrear? Pregunta Paimon.
Could it be some competitors working on other films?
No sabía que teníamos competidores.
If they wanted to harass us, why wait until the last day?
Monstruos. Y casualmente Morris está
Okay,
bien
we
tranquilo.
don't have time to really
Me
look
encanta
into
cómo
it
lo
right now.
enfocan.
Let's strike while the iron is still hot. And
Yeah, let's finish it.
Gracias al esfuerzo de todos, terminan de grabar la quinografía. Con algunos contratiempos, pero lo solucionan sin muchos
I would
problemas.
like to officially announce that our entry to the festival, The Two Musketeers, has now concluded filming.
I
Yay.
understand. It's so late already.
Yay. No es tan tarde, Paimon, que mamas.
Even though the filming process proved to be extremely challenging, everyone provided valuable and unique contributions to the final product. Thank you all for your dedication.
And just
Yay.
like Director Farina, I would also like to extend my most heartfelt thanks to all of you. Really, you've all helped me so much.
All right, let's save the awards speech for later and hopefully also get some rehearsal. Anyway, now it's time to party. Let's all.
Party! Paimon wants to party!
Vamos a la fiesta. Me encanta que nadie está de... Hay que vigilar las quinografías para que no nos vuelvan a sabotear. No, no, es de... Vámonos a la fiesta. Hemos salvado el día. Gracias a las chicas superpoderosas. Ahora nos podemos ir a festejar. A ver, ahí está el señor
Wow,
Morris.
this place is hopping. finally getting to relax after wrapping up the film. Let's go chat with someone.
¿Qué dice el señor Morris?
Have you ever seen a fireworks show, Mr. Morris? It's pretty amazing.
Ese Morris se ve muy sospechoso.
I'm afraid I haven't, but I'll take your word for it.
Yay. ¿Quién eres, Morris? Me tienes con... Eres muy llamativo.
I was
¿Qué
thinking,
dicen?
if this film turns out to be a success, could I ask the two of you to stay and be a part of my crew?
Yay.
Of course, I'll definitely increase the pay for next time.
La siguiente vez habrá remuneración.
I'd be more than happy to, Mr. Xavier.
Thank you for the offer, Mr. Xavier. But I've made some plans to go on a journey to the other nations once the festival is over.
Ah, waifu se va.
Is that
Qué
so?
caray.
Well, then in that case, bon voyage, Miss Veronique. Please feel free to get in touch once you've returned to Fontaine.
Ah, se va Veronique. Qué cosas. Furina va a ser el último. Vamos con... Ah, mira. No hemos hablado con Kyuri.
This is turning out to be quite the party.
Otra que es igual de amargada que Kikyo, pero... Muy animado para mí. No te creo, Shiori. Y luego va a resultar que el mono está medio roto. A ver qué pasa con los hermanos.
Hey, Ayato! How's your work been going?
Everything went rather smoothly. Thank you for your concern.
Yay.
Ayato told me that we've already confirmed the dates for some Inazuma Fontaine cultural exchange events.
Oh.
So the next time we visit, we'll be doing so in our capacities as the representatives of the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, that's great!
Ahora sí vendrán como
Then maybe
embajadores de
Paimon will
verdad.
be able to find Fontaine detective novels in Inazuma from now on. Oh,
padre.
wait. Wouldn't Yaimiko get upset if that happens? That would be stealing some of her business.
Si los libros son interesantes, no creo que le moleste. No se sentirá molesta si los libros le parecen entretenidos. Esta es la
You've got a
primera.
point. She's always complaining that light novels have become bland and too predictable after all.
Totalmente de acuerdo, fíjate. Digo, las novelas ligeras chinas y japonesas son bien difíciles de encontrar traducidas en internet. De hecho, he encontrado muy poquitas, bastante buenas las que he encontrado, pero es...
The cultural exchange won't only feature literatures of both nations, of course. We have also made plans for cross-cultural engagements in the fields of gourmet cuisine,
Deja de mencionar
toy
gastronomía
making,
que me
and
da.
artisan craftsmanship.
Wow, Paimon's getting super excited now.
When the time comes, be sure to visit and participate in all the events.
Como si fuera algo muy importante. Y vuelvo a ver con ellos, dicen lo mismo.
I wish we could have spent some more time here.
Don't worry,
Chismoso.
it won't be long before we're back again.
Me encanta como la pose de Yato. Parece que se estuviera tapando con una capa. Está bien a sus mangas. Ok, vamos ahora con Furina. La fosa Lors. A ver qué dice.
Oh, my darling clapper loader and camera operator. You've both worked really hard.
La claquetista. Me encanta el puesto claquetista. Así de, tú no estorbas mucho.
Paimon thinks you worked even harder than us. Honestly, Paimon was getting a little tired of playing with the clapperboard by the end of it.
¿De qué hablas? ¿Por qué te aburres de ser la claquetista? Es un gran
First
puesto.
of all, Paimon started having dreams of you shouting, "Lights, camera, action!" into Paimon's ears. The actual dream can't even start until you've yelled that.
Ok.
Hey, if anything, shouldn't I be more grand and delightful in your dreams? We've been through so much together, and that's how your brain remembers me?
Pinche Paimon culera, güey. Güey, eso sí es un gran reclamo. Con todo lo que hemos vivido, y es el único que recuerdas de mí. No mames.
That's not
Paimon
Paimon's fault.
culera, güey.
We've just used the clapperboard too
Paimon
much lately.
culera.
Anyway, what's most important is that we've wrapped the film. I'm pretty confident that we'll take first prize.
Premio Furina para Furina, claro que sí.
Hey, no need to mention the official
No,
name.
no me sobraba.
Wait, now that you mention it, if we did win the prize, would Farina just get a statue of herself
cumbre de ese egocentrismo. ¿Cómo no? ¿Cómo no?
Come on, I don't need that kind of attention. Xavier can accept the reward on our behalf.
Ah, ok, la humilde, le dicen.
Just imagine! Farina accepting the Farina Award and holding a Farina statue.
Egocentrismo puro.
I'm going back to my dessert now. You all can keep discussing that on your own.
Dame pastelito. Quiero pastelito. A ver qué nos pasa. Habla con la gente. ¿Y qué pasa hacerlo con
What
Farina?
kind of dessert should I try next?
A ver, la mesa, güey. Hay cupcakes, panecito, pastel. No mames, qué bien servido está. Ahora sí, vamos con Shiori.
Hey, you two.
Ew,
Are you not really into these kinds of big social occasions?
amargada.
Not particularly. But this is still better than Fontaine Fashion Week.
Ah,
But if this film becomes a big hit, people will definitely come flocking to your shop.
es el objetivo al final del día, por eso trabajamos gratis.
Yes, that's highly likely. As long as the film can premiere as planned.
Oh.
Are you still worried about the case?
That and all the obstacles we had to face today.
You're right. It's as if all our bad luck just manifested at once.
But why today of all days?
Justo cuando aparece Morris. Esta Cherry sospecha.
No, it's nothing. We've already delivered the film to the editors, so there should be nothing more to worry about.
How are you doing, Mr. Morris?
Morris.
You having a good time?
Well, you could say that. Do you happen to know when the party is scheduled to end?
Judging by how much fun everyone's having, I'd say probably not until well after midnight.
Yay.
Is there something that you still have to take care of at home, Mr. Morris?
Oh, well, I'm just not a late night person, so I might take off shortly.
Oh no! Silly me. I almost forgot something super important.
¿Qué le vas a dar al señor Morris que apenas conocimos hoy?
What is it?
I prepared a whole batch of fireworks for the party, but I forgot to bring them over from the warehouse.
Fireworks, you say? That's truly a pity.
Could you help me carry them over, Mr. Morris? I won't be able to fetch all of them by myself.
Aquí hay algo raro.
Me? Are you sure that you can't find anyone else?
I just wanted to make this a surprise for everyone. The warehouse isn't far from here. We'll be there in no time.
Ayúdale,
Pretty
monstruo.
please, Mr. Morris. These are some of the best fireworks I've ever made. So I also want you to see them before you leave. They're stunning. I promise that they'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you'll never forget.
Huele raro, güey. Que esa esfera está rota, güey. Tiene heridas y a propósito.
But
It's okay. Just come with me. If we're sneaky enough, nobody else will see us leaving.
Ay, yo y mi traviesa. Está invitando al almacén. Ay, como que está rara la invitación. A ver qué pasa.
The warehouse is right over here. I moved the fireworks there in advance, so it shouldn't be too much work bringing them back.
it's still a ways away from the party.
Sorry about that, Mr. Morris. It's probably because I'm used to carrying fireworks all the time, so it doesn't feel like a lot of work to me.
Ah, esto está sospechoso. Entrar en el almacén. Ahí es donde está Cherois o como se llame. Todavía no me aprendo su nombre, güey. Y entró música dramática. ¿Qué va a pasar?
It's dark in here. Wait here, Mr. Morris. I think the light switch should be somewhere over here.
Why did I have to get roped into this? What was that?
Oh no!
Who's there? Get me out! Get me out of here!
Did you really think you'd get away, Morris?
You've got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. I'm not the killer.
You know,
Eliza died a far more heroic death than this. She fought your assassin to the end, to save the children she had hidden beneath the floorboards. That is Eliza's pendant. The one with a photo of you two inside. The one you gave her. Ring any bells?
It's a fake! It has to be! There's no way!
No way your assassin didn't destroy it, you mean? Did you ever love her, Morris? Or was killing her always the plan?
No, please. Listen to me. I told Eliza to keep us a secret. I paid her plenty for her silence. I never thought she'd keep the child. Everything was gonna come out, and I had no choice. She forced my hand. No! I'm begging you. I have money. Just name your price, please.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell. I'm Captain Shovraz of the Special Patrol. Morris, you're under arrest for Eliza's murder.
Todo estaba grabado. Obviamente. Todo tan obvio, simple.
You're under arrest too, prop manager Veronique.
Oh, no mames, no esperaba que Veronique
I
fuera
should
mala.
call you the Second Musketeer.
Ah, la verga, no esperaba que Veronique fuera mala.
What's going on? This wasn't in the script.
Drop the gun, Veronique. Why? Why would you keep me from exacting revenge on this heartless monster? Drop your weapon. This is my final warning.
What is going on?
Do I have to spell it out for you, Morris? Everything that took place just now was staged to get you to confess the truth.
Y cayó redondito.
This last part is all improv, of course.
Me encanta cómo
You told us
con
you
la
wanted us to
esencia,
help you
güey.
stage a play. You never said anything about the Second Musketeer.
Yo tampoco esperaba que Veronique
It's
fuera
because
mala.
even I had no way to confirm my theory until now.
Que el doctor no trabajaba solo.
Thank you for your performance, Yoimiya. Could I trouble you to go and bring in the other Special Patrol members? They should be on standby just outside. Oh, and please tell the other cast members not to worry about us. We'll be rejoining them shortly.
On it.
So what do you think, Morris? Care to talk about what happened 20 years ago?
Ya no hay nada que ocultar.
My patience is
Pentalo.
limited, you know. Don't force me to take you back to the interrogation room. I'd wager that you wouldn't last for more than a minute in there.
Ya nos pusimos modo
With the
Batman.
recording we made, you have no chance of winning in court. Cooperating with us now is the most practical move.
All right. I'll talk. I hired an assassin to murder Elisa. She once worked as a maid on my family's estate. She was very beautiful, and after some time I fell for her. We kept our relationship a secret and carried out an affair for some time, but it wasn't long before. And if my parents ever found out, they would have stripped me of my inheritance and status, driven me out of my home. I also didn't expect Elisa to insist on bringing the pregnancy to term. She even asked me to leave my family and travel far, far away with her.
She believed that you were truly in love with her.
I didn't have a choice.
Most.
I gave her a large sum of mora, told her to leave the family and to get rid of the baby. But then years later, she sent me a letter. There were photos of 2 children, and she even asked if I could find some time to visit them.
Tuvo gemelos.
Huh? 2 children? Paimon thought Baptiste was the only... you mean...
Even if she had the children against your will, you could have just ignored the letter entirely. Why kill her?
I had just gotten engaged to be married to an heiress from another wealthy family. So if anyone were to find out about Elisa, my life would be completely ruined. I didn't have a choice.
Most.
You always had a choice. You just made the wrong choice.
Do you know how it feels to watch your mother be killed right in front of you? My brother and I were hardly even school age yet. We were hidden beneath the floorboards, grasping each other's hands like a lifeline. All we could do was to watch Mother try to fight back, and then collapse to the floor. Even after the assassin left, we were still too terrified to leave our hiding spot. We thought that he might come back. It was only until the next evening. But she had already become cold and stiff to the touch.
Creo que lo hubieran logrado
You
salvar.
made up your mind right then and there to bring this case to light. Not only that, we resolved to get our revenge.
And that's why you became the Musketeers.
No, that's why I became a musketeer. The man from before was also killed by me. My brother had nothing to do with it.
I figured as much.
No me digas.
You did?
I once told these two that he didn't look like a killer to me. His confession from that night also rubbed me the wrong way.
Lo que dije fue demasiado fácil.
I think what really tipped me off was, how could I not feel a sense of regret in him?
Pues no lo mató, de que se va a
He
arrepentir.
confessed faster than any criminal I've ever met, but he didn't say a single word about you. He insisted that he was the sole perpetrator in the case. But after the questioning ended, I disassembled the musket we dug up from his backyard, put it in front of him, and told him to reassemble it. Wanna guess how far he got?
No supo ni dónde iba qué cosa.
He had no idea where to even start. He's never touched a gun in his life. Based on that, I determined that he was not acting alone. He only surrendered himself to draw our attention and create a moment of opportunity for his partner. So, I decided to play along.
Hay que señalar que posiblemente el hermano vaya a la cárcel por cómplice. No, el hecho de que no sepa, de que no haya asesinado a nadie no significa que sea inocente.
And as expected, the second musketeer followed us without hesitation once she saw Morris get separated from the rest of the cast.
Chan, chan,
Besides,
chan.
why else would he call the novel The Two Musketeers?
But how did you know it was Veronique?
I figured it out the moment Baptiste told me his father's name. That so-called financial crisis was all just a ruse. He just wanted to sign up as the investor and then leave the film without any source of funding.
Y no quería popularizar la
After
película.
all, he has a vested
Tienen la
interest in
espalda
minimizing the reach of
descubierta,
the
qué
story.
verga, ¿no?
It's really just the same thing as what he did to Eliza all those years ago.
Human scum.
Scammed. Real scam.
But then Xavier pulled out all the stops and got the film made against all odds. Morris couldn't have that.
Y deja tú, consiguió que todo el mundo trabajara de gratis, güey. Qué verga. Xavier se prostituyó por la película y no lo querías desposar.
With the killer in custody, he figured it was safe to act. And so he came to visit the set today, just as I expected.
Y traté de sabotear todo.
Wait, so you were behind all those mishaps today?
As for the identity of the second musketeer, I assumed they'd probably stay close to Morris and look for an opening. And if they already knew that Morris was the film's investor, then that narrowed the list of potential suspects as well. Furthermore, being the props manager would allow the culprit to avoid scrutiny by purchasing mechanical parts in the name of the crew.
Se armó la pistola.
With that hypothesis in mind, I went back to check Baptiste's orphanage adoption records. Guess whose name I saw on the same page, just a few lines from his.
My brother. He trusted you.
¿Quién dijo que el Morris no va a ir a la
As in,
cárcel?
he trusted me to perform the deed on his behalf?
He trusted you to stand on the side of justice.
No está, pero no va a matar a nadie, pendeja.
I am.
Y...
I thought you could do it as well.
Oye, buena historia,
The
digna
look
de
on
un
your
Batman.
face when you told him to go to hell. I really thought you'd put a bullet in his brain. You know what he has done. Are you telling me that you'd rather see him spend the rest of his life living like a king in the fortress of Meripede? I will never be able to forget the feeling of my mother's cold, lifeless hands. And you would call this ending fair?
I won't lie, Veronique. I did hesitate when your brother first told me about the truth. I wondered. I agonized over whether I should really put a bullet in his head.
So why don't you?
Because that should never be how justice is carried out in this world. Perhaps, to you, justice is simply reciprocated. An eye for an eye, and a life for a life. But everyone has their own understanding of justice. If everyone were to pursue their own definition of it, there would be no more order in this world.
Sí, está bien Batman este personaje.
Today, you'll kill
Pero Batman
Morris,
bien hecho,
and
no como
tomorrow,
Diluc.
his children may come for you.
Qué fuerte.
The world cannot render judgments based on a desire for revenge. That will only lead to a cycle of revenge, as well as the destruction of order and civilized society. Fontaine is founded on a set of laws and a standardized code of justice. That is why we are the nation of justice. But with all that said, I will promise you this. Morris will not lead a cushy life in the fortress of Maripede.
Le va a mandar mensaje a Bryce, trátalo como un
Chevros?
puntito del
The
pie.
rest of the special patrol is here.
Thank you so much, Euemia. Letelier, Terena, please take them away.
Tun, tun, tururururu. Así se siente esta güey. Presenta bien Batman, güey.
I still can't agree with your reasoning.
I know.
Justice has not been delivered. At least, not today.
Chevros.
Let's go. We should give an explanation to the crew.
Hiciste lo correcto.
Thank you for your concern. I'm fine.
Bien. Sí, decirle estoy bien sería como de, ¿hiciste lo correcto? No,
I'm just
hiciste lo
thinking
correcto.
about the things in life that have driven people to take justice into their own hands.
Es el camino rápido. Le cuentan al equipo todo lo que ocurrió. Por eso. Ah, sí está bien Batman la trama, eh. Lo veo perfectamente como Batman llevando todo el caso.
Who would
Haciendo
have
ese
thought
giro de
Morris would turn out to be... I'm at a loss of words. How could he have done something like this?
Xavier pensando, a tanta gente le tuvo que dar el culo porque la película saliera bien. Pobre Xavier, perdió
I'm
su
just glad
virginidad
that you're
por
all safe
culpa de
and sound.
Morris.
Who knew that such a labyrinth of cases would be behind this story?
Well, what should we do now? We have a finished film, of course, but should we still go ahead with the premiere?
What do you mean? Shouldn't you be even more motivated to spread the word now?
Giori is right. I'd also like more people to see this story for themselves.
But the real ending of the story seems to have deviated somewhat from the one in the script. Is that...
The call is yours. We still have time to reshoot an ending if that's what you'd like.
No, it's fine as is. I like what we have for the catharsis. Romanticism is what gives works of art their appeal. Fiction is able to explore means of restitution that could never work in real life.
Puro tributo a la historia del cine.
Just like the real world, the world of stories also has its own set of rules and justice. These different possibilities are what initially drew me to reading in the first place.
Sounds good to me. I support your decision.
Yay.
What about Veronique? Will she be okay?
Se va al bote.
She will soon face her judgment alongside her brother and Morris.
Uf, cuánto que se va al
If I had to
bote.
guess, they'll probably all be sent to the fortress of Maripede. I'll make sure to give Risley a heads up about it.
Yay.
Oh, you mean that kind of heads up?
Exactly.
Así no. Así, trátalos con la punta del pie.
Ahem. All right, then the matter's settled. Now that everything's been taken care of, there's no reason for us to keep looking all gloomy
Qué
and
gran
grumpy.
video, eh.
Let's get back to the feast and enjoy each other's company. We'll be starting the post-production process tomorrow. You should join us, Chevros. You missed the first few hours of the party, didn't you?
All right. Count me in.
Then I'll wait for you over there. There's still some good news that I'd like to share with Chevros.
Buenas
Traveler, Paimon,
noticias.
could you wait for me by the sea after the party ends? I'd like to go on a brief walk with the two of you.
Ay, un paseo con Chibius.
Thank
Venga.
you very much.
Turururu, turururu. Cena, comida, fuegos artificiales. Que no hubo. Uf, se pusieron a jugar cartas, güey. Qué verga. Pero mínimo hubo venganza. Me encanta el pasito de...
Sorry for the wait.
Ay, no te preocupes.
Oh, we weren't waiting long at all. Is there something else you wanted to tell us?
Te amo,
No, I don't
chicos.
have anything new to share. I just felt that since you were my investigation partners, I should have another conversation with the two of you.
Ay,
Traveler,
pacha.
how would you have responded to Baptiste's request if you were in my shoes?
Mm, voy a responderle, no sé. Posiblemente le hubiéramos metido una paliza y hubiera terminado en prisión, porque es raro que el Traveler mate gente en el juego. Pero sí, la respuesta
Is
es lo
that
mismo que tú.
so? Well, thanks for sharing.
Voy a poner, no sé, pero pónganse a pensar, el Traveler no ha matado a nadie realmente. La única muerte de peso que ha habido, que es la de Signora, no lo mató él. La mató, sí, le mató esta Shogun. Entonces, como de, el Traveler realmente no ha matado a nadie hasta ahora.
When I was young, my father often took me here to swim. We'd come rain or shine, even when it was freezing cold.
Respetan mucho la filosofía de Batman en este juego. Uh,
He told me that swimming was the best activity to train one's strength of will. You could never give up before reaching the shore, especially when the water was cold.
o nadas o te ahogas, es cierto.
Oh? Why is that?
Because the moment you give up would be the moment you die. At that point, I still hadn't received my vision. One winter, the chilly wind felt almost like knives on my skin, and the seawater was so frigid that it numbed my toes the moment I stepped in. I cried and begged my father to spare me from having to swim across, but he wouldn't listen. He used to be a member of the Special Patrol as well. You could say it was his way of educating his children.
Padre hace eso y me morí de hipotermia. Siempre he sido bien friolento, no mames. No, tiraron de una alberca fría.
That sounds awful.
When he saw that I wouldn't stop crying, he just picked me up and tossed me into the icy water.
Padre del año, güey, no
The
mames.
bone-chilling cold took away my senses. I couldn't feel anything but fear and rage.
Pinche padre más culero.
I waited for my father to save me, but one look and I knew he'd already started swimming for the opposite shore. I realized that if I were to give up, I really would die right then and there.
El padre más culero del que he ido nunca,
I used all of my strength to try and catch up to my father. Those few minutes felt longer than my whole life up until that point. I did, however, make it to the other side. I've never felt afraid about anything in my life after that, nor have I ever cried again.
That way of teaching would have never worked on Paimon.
Ese método no hubiera funcionado conmigo, güey. O sea, yo siempre he sido bien friolento, güey. Yo es bien fácil que me enferme de gripe por no abrigarme bien. Ahora imagínate que me aventan en una alberca helada y en plan de... Ya, yo sí diría... Sí, no chingues.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right method for anyone.
Tu padre era un monstruo.
It's just that, working now as I am in the pursuit of justice, I still
Sí, no
sometimes
mames.
feel like I've been tossed into that winter sea all over again.
Chevres.
Please.
But the worse I feel, the more I know to never give up. The alternative would be to forever lose myself among the waves. Anyway, how about a race? Neither of us will drown, but we can still see who swims faster.
Será un honor.
You
Por
can
no.
Paimon will grab the clapperboard to mark the start of the race.
No, ni nada, espera. Paimon mamona ya ni nada, güey. No, he hecho una carrera. Ah, neta, le tengo que echar. Ah, bueno. Y se ve la pinche chibres por aquí, güey. Pues nada. Yo digo que el
Oh, that
padre
felt
sabía
good.
que eran marcianidas y nadie se iba a ahogar, güey. Por eso fue tan culero. Fue
You were
genial,
so
claro
fast
que
in
sí.
the water, Chevres. You were swimming
Me hubiera gustado que eso fuera una cinemática, güey. Pero bueno.
So, about the special patrol, did you join because of your dad?
Padre el culero que te quiso matar de chiquito.
Partly, but I'd say I was more inspired by the heroes I read about in stories growing up.
Oh.
Oh, so it's due to your love of stories.
A mí también me encantan los personajes justicieros y no por eso voy a ir a partirme el culo y arriesgar mi vida en la policía, ¿verdad?
Of course, it was only after I joined the Special Patrol that I learned that truth is often stranger than fiction.
Por cierto, la gente que hace eso, mis respetos. ¿Qué será de la sociedad sin ellos?
Come on, let's walk a bit more.
Camina conmigo. Toma mi mano.
To be honest, I do sometimes question
Pongo
whether
la
the
niña.
decisions I make are the right ones. But I know that no matter what, I must
Necesito.
keep swimming. Because the only thing I've got my eyes on is the shore in the distance.
Yeah. Me encanta cómo pasamos de resolver un caso de asesinato a tengamos una cita. A la luz de la luna. Que no se ve por ningún pinche lado. Pasando por los
Thank you for
azules.
coming on this walk with me. I feel a lot better after getting all that off my chest.
Yay, no hay de qué. Siempre estamos encantados de escuchar a los demás. Las
We're
estamos
nearly back at
jugando.
Baptiste's house.
Qué sorpresa.
Huh, you're right. I didn't realize we were so close.
He really did plant a lot of flowers. It's just like how he described it in the story.
Y ahora la casa estará abandonada porque se va a pasar por cómplice de asesinato.
Huh? Wait. Paimon, Traveler, look! The rainbow roses in the garden. They're in full bloom now.
Donde florecen las rosas continuará. Se supone que ya se acabó, pero... Oh, mira, quedó chivos para cotorrear. Espera 2 días, eso será
Even though
pronto.
it's a bit late, I must thank you for investigating this case with me.
¿Cómo no? Claro que sí.
Not on behalf of the Special Patrol this time. It's a personal expression of gratitude from yours truly.
Este ya es el cierre, ya. No entiendo por qué quedó otra misión.
Oh, you want to hear more about my father?
Sí.
To be honest, I didn't spend that much time with him. He was always busy with the Special Patrol, so he would often return home really late at night. Some nights he
está
didn't
bueno.
come home at all.
O sea, no nos llevábamos bien, solo me acuerdo que me tiró una alberca de
Once,
chiquita.
he didn't come home for a long time, maybe a whole week or so.
Oh, padre del año, güey.
When I went out to buy food, I learned that he had become a criminal, and by extension, that made me a criminal's daughter. But we can talk about that another day.
¿Qué ha sido
I
del
actually
caso?
have a lot of sympathy for Veronique and Baptiste. I can understand the hatred they feel for their father.
Ya me interesó conseguirla nomás para saber qué pedo con eso de que su padre fue un criminal y ella también.
But that doesn't mean I'll allow them to walk the path of evil, even if it might lead to another sense of justice.
Va. Me gusta esta Batman. Está mejor que Batman. Que es de la quinografía.
Films are different from the real world. They're a form of art and represent the wishes in people's hearts. I adore the Two Musketeers, and I'm very happy to have had the opportunity to act the role as one. I can't wait to catch the film when it premieres in the Opera House. I'm looking forward to seeing the audience's reaction to the climactic ending.
Más cuidado, abrigate bien, no te vayas a
Thank you for
enfermar.
looking out for me. I'll see you at the award ceremony. I'd be very surprised if we don't win.
Estoy seguro que la última misión va a ser súper corta, así como haciéndola una vez. Pone que hay que esperar 2 días, ¿no? Hoy es el día en el que se anunciará el ganador del premio Furina del Festival Fontinal Quinográfico. No hay tiempo que perder, ve a verlo en persona. A ver, vamos a... Oh, mira, hay enemigos aquí. Vamos a hacer lo que me encanta hacer en estos casos, que es hacerla así. Vamos a ver noticias en lo que da la vuelta el reloj. A ver si sale alguna buena, güey. Los regalos de Epic Games este año han estado buenos. Voy a hablar de eso. Me gustó que regalaran Other Wilds y Ghostwire Tokyo. Pero ayer, por ejemplo, que regalaron Cat Quest, estaba viendo las ofertas y es como de estoy ansioso por regresar a Guadalajara, probar el juego. Me gustaron mucho las skins de Fortnite que regalaron. Bueno, dicho lo cual, Ve al lugar de la celebración. Fin, que sea una misión súper cortita. Sí, no, que no se alargue mucho. Toma dos, me quedo hasta tarde jugando. Me caigo de sueño. Mm, Llegamos al lugar de la celebración. Es que, en mi opinión, acabó muy bien ahorita con la cita con Chibius a la luz de las estrellas. Pero bueno, un tiempo después de todo lo ocurrido, la quinografía se proyecta sin problemas y el caso del asesinato queda resuelto.
Hey, it's been a while.
Uy, ¿cuánto tiempo desde ayer en el juego? 2 días. Uf.
Hey there, you two. Sorry I've been scarce. I've been buried in marketing and preparing the film for release ever since we wrapped post-production.
Mis respetos por Xavier, gracias a gente como la de las
You weren't
películas.
ceremonious today, right? Paimon wonders if we'll win the Farina Award.
I'd give it a 90% chance.
Arr.
Farina! Oh, Paimon
Soborné a
didn't
los
know you were
jueces,
already
dice.
here. You're earlier than everyone else.
¿Cuánto que sobornó
I'm
a los
sure the
jueces?
others will also be here in no time. Xavier, if we end up getting called on stage, shouldn't you come up with a name for our crew?
Los querubines negros de...
But we don't even know if we're going to win. I wouldn't want to jinx our chances by celebrating early.
Just open your eyes. Surely you've seen the audience's reactions to our film. We've had
Yay.
nothing but critical acclaim. You've also had conversations with the Opera House's operating staff, right? Didn't they want to increase the number of showings?
Qué bueno que nos fue bien.
With the mora you've made from the box office, you can now open your very own film company.
Ahora Xavier caga dinero. Qué
But
perro, güey.
that's all credit to my amazing crew. You've all helped to make this a reality, so I can't be the only one asked to come up with a name.
Querubines negros de Xavier,
Well,
ponle.
give it some thought. I'm sure the crew will respect your choice.
Venga, venga, ponle nombre Xavier.
All right, but before that, Traveler and Paimon, could I trouble you to quickly pay a visit to the Fortress of Meripede?
Ah, caray, ¿a qué tengo que ir?
But shouldn't we stay for the award ceremony?
I wanted to ask you two to invite Shavraz to join us at the ceremony. She's one of the lead roles, after all. I haven't been able to find her recently, so I haven't had the chance to invite her personally.
Ah, caray.
According to the papers, the culprits of the Musket murder case will be personally escorted today by the captain of the Special Patrol to the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
Bueno,
Yep,
vamos.
just wait here, Xavier, and maybe try to come up with a few snappy-sounding names.
All right, then I'll leave you to it.
Y yo diciendo que no iba a ser larga la misión, güey. A ver. Es lo bueno de haber explorado tanto, güey, que es como de, órale, vamos. Mm. Está un tiro de viaje al cabo. Bryce es el invitado especial de hoy, obviamente. Toma dos, también sale tu tío Nibilet. Uf.
This is as far as I'll be taking them. I'll leave the three of them to you now.
Got another errand to run?
Something like that. I'm expected at a party.
Now
Fiesta.
that's something you don't hear every day. Found a new pastime?
No, it's just a special occasion.
Shavraz! Risley!
El gran Bryce. Yo también
Festivals
pasando
really do
pavo.
bring people together. It's been a while since I last had so many visitors at the Fortress of Meripede.
Call it the festival
Será
spirit, I
seguridad
guess.
en la oficina.
Yeah, you could say that. Even our head nurse has gotten herself all worked up preparing super deluxe nutritious shakes. Just one gulp and you'll have met all your
Ay, qué
nutrition needs.
batido.
Were you talking about work just now?
We've already finished discussing everything. So, what do you think about my heads up, Mr. Rutt?
I believe I haven't yet made any promises or guarantees.
But you also didn't shoot me down. Here, how about this? You could give everyone a copy of the newspaper. Perhaps on the day when the cover story happens to, oh, I don't know, expose a certain someone's misdeeds from 20 years ago?
I suppose then a certain someone may soon find himself the most unlucky person in the fortune.
While another 2 people will soon be hailed as heroes.
Speaking of heroes, did you two need something from me?
Canta la idea de sabotear al pobre Morris, güey.
Oh, actually, we're here for...
You're here to invite me to the party, right? Don't worry, I didn't forget.
Yay.
Get that right away!
Vámonos.
Happy Fontanalia Festival!
Feliz
And
Navidad.
the same to you.
Mira, coincide, felices fiestas. El rito de la linterna entra cuando es el año nuevo chino, así que todavía, seguramente es el siguiente evento en enero o en febrero. Eso no es un spoiler. Literal, cada año nuevo chino hacen el evento, el rito de la linterna.
Please, go and enjoy the festival.
Bueno, ya que insistes, pues voy. Ya ese probablemente voy a estar en Guadalajara, pero entonces. Enero, febrero, más o menos, es el rito de la linterna. Pero coincide.
And the winner of the Farina Award for the first Fontanalia Film Festival is...
A ver cómo se llama nuestro
The
equipo.
Two Musketeers!
¡Yay! Hemos ganado.
We really won!
Congratulations, Mr. Xavier.
Y la
We
lagrimita.
won?
Mira.
I can't believe it! I really can't thank all of you enough.
See? My takes on Fontaine's entertainment industry have never been wrong.
Humilde le dicen, no humilde.
Now, please welcome to the stage the producer of The Two Musketeers, Mr. Xavier!
Yay. Todo.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for your recognition and support. While I'm up here, I would love to give special thanks to...
Me encantó la portada de la
Time
película.
really flies, huh?
It certainly feels that way. It feels like it was only yesterday when you were teaching me to hold a musket.
Fue ayer.
Will you come back to Fontaine again?
Of course. I'm very fond of the city. There's so many novel and interesting things that it's been hard to keep track of them all.
Momentos en los que me caga que no pueda haber unos diálogos entre los personajes. Me encantó la dupla de Ayaka y Chevreuse. Uy, la waifu de atrás se ve bastante bien.
But how about you? Would you be interested in visiting Inazuma?
I can't say the thought has crossed my mind before, but I'd be willing to consider it now.
Venga,
I will be
posme.
eagerly awaiting your visit. It would be wonderful if you could visit my home and enjoy a taste of our tea and desserts.
Quiero
Yeah,
té.
let's keep in touch.
Did you accomplish all you came here for?
Yes. And you should visit Inazuma again sometime.
Ah, qué
How
caray.
has Ogura and her business been?
To my knowledge, she's doing quite well.
Tell her I said hi.
¿Por qué se fue de la... Se peleó con la Shogun o qué pedo? Güey? Tengo la duda.
I certainly will.
I heard the thunderstorm has stopped.
Yes, and
Yeah.
the war has also been brought to an end. Peace and prosperity has returned to the islands.
I quite like the sound of that. Perfect for hanging textiles out to dry.
I'd like to offer my thanks again
Los
to the
mensajes.
entire cast and crew. Without you, I would have never completed this film, much less had the opportunity to be standing on this stage. With the support of my entire crew, I would like to officially announce our film company, Musketeer Pictures.
Mosquete Studios, qué padre.
That has a really nice ring to it.
Then in that case, let's please welcome all the members of Musketeer Pictures onto the stage for a commemorative photo.
Oh, Paimon didn't know we'd also be taking pictures.
Director Farina, I believe you are the most deserving person to raise this trophy.
Furina, lanzaron el trofeo Furina. El evento
No,
Furina.
there's no need. It's so embarrassing.
It's an honor the director deserves.
Bueno,
Yes, I agree.
la humilde le dicen, te lo mereces, Furina.
Just accept that you're not getting out of this.
Me hace sentir mal que todavía no hago su misión
Ready,
legendaria.
everyone? 3,
Que, por cierto, es lo siguiente que se viene.
Musketeer Pictures!
A ver si acabo antes de volver Dixland, de hecho. Uf, gran foto del recuerdo, Furina levantando la copa Furina, cómo no. Y como buen ending, digo, como era de esperarse. Ya acabamos la campaña. Ya se acabaron las misiones. Hemos acabado el evento. Estuvo largo, Las primeras misiones duraron lo suyo. Obviamente antes de irnos a mimir, estamos viendo los cotorreos entre los personajes de fondo.
Miss Yoimiya, we haven't had the chance to talk, but please accept my thanks for everything you've done over the past few days.
No, no es cierto.
Oh, but I feel like I didn't do anything out of the ordinary.
Me diste tu corazón, Yukama. Claro que hiciste algo especial.
I'm very grateful for your assistance during that special performance in the warehouse.
Gran final.
It was always going to be somewhat risky to engage and draw away Morris all on your own.
Cobarde.
You're only a civilian
Cobarde.
and have never been trained to act in such a dangerous situation.
Don't say it like that. As the director's assistant, it was my duty to help out the crew however I could. It was an honor to help you solve the case.
Yay.
I have to admit, though, my heart was thumping super hard the entire time it was laying on the ground. I was scared that everyone would notice.
You did great.
Oh, and before I forget, if you ever visit Inazuma, please come and pay a visit to Naganohara Fireworks. I'll make some fireworks for you. I even know a cheap
Claro,
way
fuegos
make.
artificiales. Pero
I'm guessing a musket.
unas de mosquetas, como no.
Telling you now would ruin the surprise. If you really want to see it, just come and
Pues
visit
esta
me.
toma se ve bien. El póster se ve increíble, güey. Ok, están las notatas. Vamos a ver quién más está para hablar. Por ejemplo, acá Furini Xavier.
Lady Farina, please allow me to take just one more photo of you. I would also love to get your autograph, just as a memento of our time together on the crew.
Hey, I've had enough of the camera flashes from when we were all up on stage.
Gran forma de manera sutil de decir, déjame en paz, Xavier.
Lady Farina, you are the best director I've ever met. The most photogenic maiden in all of Fontaine. This kind of lively and celebratory setting is exactly where you shine. I believe all photographers would agree.
Se la quiere que o
Come,
que.
the brightest star of our land.
Qué gran
Show us your
cromadona,
light. The camera is waiting to sing praises of your beauty.
Se la creo
Well,
muy
I'm
rico.
flattered, but, all right. I'll humor you and try a few more
La
different
humilde
poses.
le dicen, la
But I
humilde.
don't have to hold the trophy, right?
Of course. You may pose however you like.
Que por cierto el trofeo
Thank
sigue
you
ahí.
so much. Thank you so much. By the heavens, my luck has been beyond belief.
Sigue el cotorreo. Y no hay más pósters de otras películas, ¿verdad? Solo está ese. Uf, bueno, es lo que hay. Los demás NPCs no importan. Ayato y Ayaka desaparecieron entre la multitud, lo mismo para Kiori. Supongo que con eso terminamos. Vamos a dejar la toma desde acá y la toma desde allá. Uf, así está. Es más, la toma de las dos furinas para despedir. Fue un gran evento. Yo creo que luego sigue grabar el evento de la misión legendaria de Furina. Me hace falta. Misiones principales no tengo. Bueno, de hecho hacen falta un chingo de cosas, güey. Pero un chingo. Fue bueno que no fuera huevo hacer la misión legendaria para aventarme el evento. Así no me comió el tiempo. Y ya, eso lo veremos luego. Le quedan 9 días. Al banner le quedan 10. Lo cual es bueno. Porque pues, el banner de la Shogun la quiero tirar en vivo. Voy a tirar por Shibrius más que nada, pero me interesa montar la Shogun C2. Dicho lo
These are
cual,
a
despido
must
este
for the
video diciéndole
well-mannered.
muy buenas
If you'd
noches.
like to learn the
Felicidades
proper
de año
etiquette,
nuevo.
I'd be happy to teach you.
Bye bye, buenas noches, buenos días, buenas tardes a la hora que vean esto es en YouTube, así que vale madre. más contenido pronto. Se viene cascada de contenido en YouTube. Bye.